Certainty brings confidence. So how do you get certainty, and what's my number one certainty? Well, my number one certainty is the future is all about relationships. You see, we're all hung up on all this technology that's going on, but remember, we live in a human world, not just a technical world. And it's all about relationships. By the way, that'll be true 100 years from now. It's all about relationships. And by the way, there are good relationships and bad relationships. What's the difference? Trust. Trust is the key ingredient. And how do you get trust? Values, honesty, integrity, doing what you said you would do. Right? Things like that. So the key message here is you never want to teach people to distrust you, but yet it happens to businesses all the time, big ones. Here's what I want you to do, because you're going to be implementing a lot of new things. It's not the implementation, it's how you implement it. So before you implement something new, internally or with customers, I want you to ask yourself, if we implement this in this way, what will happen to trust? And if in your mind, well, trust will go down, then don't implement it in that way. By the way, I didn't say don't implement it, period. The key was in that way. Change how you implement it so that trust holds. There's no shortage of trends. Matter of fact, it's easy to predict. Around January 1, we'll get a whole bunch of new trends for the following year. Future is quite predictable. Trouble is, which ones are going to happen and which ones aren't? Well, this is based on 40 years of research. The Pentagon is using it. The Air Force is using it. Google is using it. You know what? You can use it too. Let me show you how it works. All trends fit into one of two categories. They're either a hard trend based on a future fact that will happen. Now, that means it cannot be stopped. That's your litmus test for it. Can it be stopped? If the answer is no, then it's a hard trend. I'll give you examples in a minute. A soft trend is based on assumptions that may or may not happen. By the way, when it comes to your strategy based on hard trends gives you certainty and the confidence to make bold moves. Humans be replaced by AI. My answer was humans will be replaced by humans using AI. So let me help you to see the future with an example. Let's say that you know someone that has cancer, heaven forbid. And right now we know that AI knows more about oncology than any living oncologist because it knows all the MRIs, all the stuff, all the research, it knows all that stuff. No human can know all that. So I'm going to give you three choices. Either for someone who has cancer. Either a really good oncologist, choice one. Choice number two, just AI. Or choice number three, a really good oncologist that has access to AI. Bingo, that's the future. But remember, here's a couple of warnings on it, and that is that it'll get you 80% there fast. Whatever you want to do, 80%, boom, just like that. Maybe 30 seconds. The next 20% is where we need you, where we need your people, because there's going to be some things that are wrong. See, AI is kind of like a child. If you don't give it good directions, it doesn't do well. That's where something called prompting comes in, meaning what you want it to do. And you got to be real specific. In other words, AI is the editor, you're the author. AI is the imitator, you're the innovator. If you're repeating something more than 2 or 3 or 4 times, that could be automated. By the way, you're wasting your time. All of your employees are too valuable for doing repetitive tasks. And now there's inexpensive tools to let you do all those repetitive tasks.